It's that time of year, it's the holidays. That means it's time to do a lot of cooking for a lot of people. If you are looking for some new sides to take to your family gathering, 5 great holiday sides today, let's do it. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. We're gonna get started on the fried corn with bacon. I'm just gonna cut up these slices of bacon here. I have 5 slices. I don't quite need that much, but that's how much we had left in the fridge, so might as well. I thought it would be fun and helpful if I just share just a few tips if you are hosting Thanksgiving or Christmas or any holiday gathering at your house. I only need a very small amount of this onion, even though this is a small onion. We always host Thanksgiving here at our house for both my family and Steven's family. And I am definitely a perfectionist when it comes to having people over. I want my house to be perfect. But I have learned through the years of hosting multiple times that no one else is looking for my perfectionism. I am the only one that is holding myself to that high of a standard. So that is my first tip, is just to be relaxed. Nobody wants to come visit you in a perfect home where they don't feel comfortable just relaxing and having a good time. So I was planning on draining the bacon, but honestly, if you can see, there's not that much bacon grease in here. So I'm just gonna leave it in, and I'm gonna add my onion, and we're gonna cook it until it's translucent. Another great tip that I have for you is, unless you're really just wanting to use fine china, we always use paper plates, but I use the large oval heavy duty plates for holiday gatherings, just because you can fit more food on that plate. And we're gonna add in our corn. I've got a bag of frozen corn that I have thawed out. Also, if you are hosting and you know there's going to be lots of leftovers, ask your guests if they will bring their own leftover containers for you to fill up for them so they can take it home and they don't have to worry about getting those containers back to you, or you don't have to buy all of these throwaway containers and waste your money. Just have them bring their own. I asked over on Instagram for tips from people who host holiday gatherings, and they pretty much voiced the same exact tips that I have. So a lot of people were saying these same things. One of the biggest ones that I saw on Instagram was prepare the day before as much as you can, because it's going to make Thanksgiving Day or Christmas Day much easier.
You can never make corn any other way except this way from now on. This is amazing.
Noted. It is my family's recipe for brown rice, and that does not just mean cooking actual brown rice. It's actually made with white rice. Let me show you. To get started, I'm going to set my oven to preheat to 350. And y'all, this is so easy. We need 1 cup of rice, 1 can of beef consomme. Don't use beef broth, use beef consomme. And 1 can of French onion soup. That's it. Okay, I've got plain white rice and 1 can each of the 2 soups. That's it, y'all. We're just gonna stir it up and cover it. And do not try to be a hero and make everything. People want to contribute. If you were going to someone's get together, you would want to contribute. So assign them something to bring, assign them a side to bring, or even if it's just the ice. So my mom makes this rice every year at Thanksgiving and Christmas, and it's like Steven's favorite part of the holidays, I think, at least of the holiday food.
That is amazing.
So this recipe is really easy. You just kind of combine all the ingredients and stick it in the oven. It's my kind of recipe. First thing I'm gonna do is, I've got 6 eggs. I'm gonna beat these. I also need to melt this stick of butter, so I'm gonna put this in the microwave. Now we're gonna start mixing all of our ingredients together. I've got a bag of frozen chopped spinach that I have thawed, and I squeezed out all of the excess moisture. I've got a large carton of small curd cottage cheese. This large carton was about 24 ounces. Our stick of butter that's been melted. Our 6 eggs. A half a pound of Velveeta cheese that has been diced. A teaspoon of salt. And 6 tablespoons of flour. Now I'm just going to mix all of this together, and then I will pour it into our baking dish that has been sprayed with some nonstick oil. And then for the most part, Wait until most of your guests leave for you to do the majority of the cleaning. Unless you have some of them saying, hey, let me help you clean, then take them up on that offer and let them help you in the kitchen. But otherwise, don't waste your time in the kitchen cleaning while everyone else is still there making memories and having a good time. This is gonna bake for 1 hour at 350. For the first 30 minutes, I'm gonna have it covered with aluminum foil. Oh my gosh.
I've never had anything quite like that before.
Me neither.
That is amazing.
Oh my word, that's like comfort food at its finest.
Wow. This is so good. I have to agree, it's very much like a macaroni and cheese with spinach.
So it's,
but there's no pasta in this.
Yeah, it's low carb.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Y'all have to make this. Oh my word. And Cole is not a fan of cottage cheese. But Cole, he's so happy right now, y'all. Thank you, Joan, for sending in this recipe. This is definitely a keeper. She said she makes this around the holidays. I can see why. I need to make this for Thanksgiving this year. Here's everything I'm gonna need for the Hashbrown casserole. I'm gonna link the recipe below, of course, but Fallon was talking about how she used cheddar cheese soup instead of cream of chicken, and she thinks that made a world of difference, so I'm going to use that. We'll need this whole thing of sour cream. I'm going to dice this up. I need this whole bag of hash browns. It has already been thawed. I just defrosted it in the microwave just to make sure that it was all thawed. I'm going to need pretty much this whole block of cheddar cheese. I'm going to grate it. We're going to melt this stick of butter. I've got a little bit of pepper over here, and then we'll use some minced garlic too. Obviously, not the entire thing. Okay, and now it says to use a small yellow onion. Mine was pretty medium, almost large, so I'm just going to use half of it. It says to finely chop it, or finely dice it. Done. Now I just need to melt my butter. So I defrosted these, thawed them out, and I just patted them dry. Okay, so I've got all of my hash browns in here. I had a 30-ounce bag. I think the recipe calls for a 32-ounce bag. I'm going to use almost all of my cheese. I am going to reserve some for the top though. Going to put in my onion. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of minced garlic. Maybe a little more. We love garlic. Y'all know this. My can of cheddar cheese soup and 16 ounces of sour cream. Now that I've mixed all of this up, I'm going to add in some black pepper. Stir this all together, and then I'm going to put it in a 9x13 dish that I've already sprayed with Pam. I was about to spread all of this around in here, and then I looked up and saw that I still had melted butter that I did not add in. So we're just gonna add it in here. We're just gonna go with it. I'll just stir it around. It'll be okay. Don't tell anybody I did this, okay? Thanks. Now I'm just gonna top everything with cheese. And it's gonna go in the oven for, I think, 35 minutes at 350. I cannot wait. This already smells so incredibly good.
Wow. Yes, ma'am. That is really good.
Yay, I'm so glad. We just need one small onion, diced or chopped, so I'm gonna do that now. We're gonna saute that in some butter. Boiling, because we do have to boil the noodles. We have to boil the noodles. I can't. Okay. Oh. I'm gonna get water in a pot so we can boil the noodles before we put everything in the oven. got a pretty small skillet over here with some butter melting, and I'm gonna saute the onions in here while the noodles are cooking. Okay, now that we've got the noodles cooked and the onions sauteed, we just need to mix everything together. I do need to whisk this egg though. Two heaping tablespoons of sour cream. 2 heaping tablespoons of Duke's mayonnaise. She said it has to be Duke's, which is not a problem for us. We love Duke's. I've got the sauteed onions, a teaspoon of garlic powder. This is just a packet of Velveeta cheese sauce. It's a 4-ounce packet. We're gonna add in about 6 ounces of the Mexican blend cheese and about 6 ounces of sharp cheddar cheese. This is about 12 ounces. So I'm gonna put in half of it and the other half will go on top when it goes in the oven. Now we're gonna put the remainder of the cheese on top. Okay, so this is going in the oven at 350 for about 30 minutes.
Wonderful aroma to it. So I am so excited about this. I can't even describe this. This is like nothing like any macaroni I've ever had. That is really super, super flavorful. I mean, the creaminess of it and the cheesiness of it is just over the top.